Chapter 5. Departure. The day of departure began in darkness. Not from the absence of light, but from the hush that settled across Aurora Prime's launch bay as the Prometheus prepared for its historic journey. Suspended like a dagger aimed at the edge of the unknown, the Prometheus-class vessel shimmered beneath layered energy shields. Its hull bore no flag, only a series of cascading pulse lights that shimmered in time with the deep space signal, subtle, haunting. Alexus stood in the dressing chamber, his cadet uniform now replaced with mission-grade gear. Sleek, matte black with iridescent seams, it felt heavier than expected. He caught his reflection and barely recognized the woman staring back. "You good?" Amina Reyes asked, stepping up beside him. She wore the same gear, but the steadiness in her gaze calmed him. He gave a short nod. "As close as I'll get." Jayden strode in, mock saluting. "If either of you throw up mid-flight, I'm claiming your quarters." They all laughed, just enough to push the tension aside for a heartbeat. Then came the call. "Prometheus crew to embarkation." Inside the cockpit, Commander Calder was already strapped in. "Strap down, navigation sync in progress." Alexus took his seat. As he clipped in, the harness locked into place like the jaws of destiny. T-10. The chamber vibrated slightly. 9, 8, 7, a flash of fire. The Athena 5 engulfed, his parents reaching. 6, 5, 4. Amina's voice. "Alexus, breathe. 3, 2, 1, ignition." The Prometheus launched. Acceleration pinned them to their seats. The stars stretched, Earth fell away. Then stillness, outside the viewport, infinity. Hours later, Alexus floated into the observation dome, unstrapped and weightless. The stars felt closer now, hungrier. "You made it," a voice said. He turned. Julia. She stood in the corner, her exosuit darker than the room around her. "You're not listed on the crew manifest," Alexus said, not surprised. "No," she replied calmly, "but I never needed to be." Did Calder approve this? Not directly. She walked to the glass, watching the void. Alexus joined her. "Why now? Why this ship?" Julia looked at him. "Because you're going further than anyone has gone, and the thing you're chasing, it remembers you." He stiffened. "Remembers?" She nodded. "This signal isn't just a call, it's a key, and you're the only one who's ever held the lock." Alexus turned back to the stars. For the first time, they didn't look cold. They looked familiar. Chapter 6. The Signal's Edge. 3 days into the mission, Prometheus entered the outer veil of the heliopause, the very edge of the solar system. Light dimmed, signals delayed, and the stars outside began to feel stranger. The signal they were chasing grew louder, more structured, almost rhythmic. Aboard the ship, tension brewed beneath the polished routines. Alexus spent hours in the observation dome, studying waveform data and comparing it to his parents' logs. The resemblance was undeniable. Every spike, every harmonic pattern, identical to the Athena V's final transmission. In a systems lab, Amina adjusted one of the signal amplifiers. "It's not broadcasting," she said, frowning. "It's listening." Jayden joined them, brow furrowed. "What kind of signal listens?" "A memory," Julia said from the doorway, as if summoned by the thought. Everyone into the systems lab froze. Amina straightened sharply, her hand hovering near the emergency alarm. Jayden instinctively stepped between Alexus and Julia, his eyes narrowing. "Who the hell are you?" Julia entered slowly, calm and composed. "You can call me Julia," she said, her voice even. How did you get on board? Amina demanded, tension clear in her voice. Alexus stepped forward, heart racing. She's with me. She helped me back on Aurora Prime. Jayden glanced sharply at him but said nothing. His posture remained guarded. Julia turned her gaze back to the shifting waveform on the monitors. I don't expect your trust, only your attention, because you're about to misunderstand something critical if you don't listen. The room remained tense, but curiosity kept them from ejecting her outright. She stepped into the room, eyes trained on the waveform. This isn't a transmission, it's a reply. Something out there heard us long ago, and now it's answering. Commander Calder's voice came over the ship's speakers, crisp and urgent. All crew, report to emergency briefing immediately. We've received a faint echo, he said, triangulated from a point just beyond the edge of known space. Alexus, Amina, and Jayden exchanged tense glances. Without hesitation, they exited the system's lab, Julia trailing behind silently. The corridors stretched ahead, heavy with anticipation, as they made their way toward the main briefing hall. Alexus's voice broke the silence. That's not where it's coming from. Calder looked at him. Explain. Alexus stood, activating his parents' encrypted logs. They triangulated it too. Same signal, only theirs showed something different. A recursive loop, coming from multiple directions at once. The room fell into a hush. We're not following a beacon, he continued. We're walking into something pre-designed, a pattern, a memory map. Alexus added quietly, and whoever or whatever created it already knows we're coming. Chapter 7. Descent into the Silence. The emergency briefing left the crew of Prometheus restless and haunted. Commander Calder's orders were crisp, but the silence between them spoke louder. Even after the meeting ended, tension clung to the air like static. Alexus, Amina, and Jayden moved through their pre-breach checklists with mechanical precision, each lost in thought. Though no one mentioned it aloud, Julia's sudden appearance and disappearance hung over them like a ghost unresolved. Prometheus breached the final line between solar light and deep void. As the signal strengthened, strange fluctuations rippled through the ship. Lights flickered, artificial gravity momentarily faltered. Jayden, running diagnostics, muttered, Something's piggybacking on our systems, like we're syncing with another architecture. The signal led them to a massive spatial distortion, a fold in space, like a scar in reality. Through it, scanners detected what could only be described as a construct. Not a planet, not a ship, but something in between. Commander Calder made the call. We go in. Inside the fold, space twisted. The construct loomed ahead, a vast lattice of geometry and gravity, dark as obsidian, covered in pulsating circuits that matched the signal's rhythm. Alexus felt his chest tighten. He knew this place, not from memory, but from dreams, since childhood, since the explosion. I've seen this, he whispered. The Prometheus docked at an opening in the construct. A boarding party, Calder, Amina, Jayden and Alexus, stepped into the dark interior. The walls responded to their presence, glowing faintly, like something ancient and still half asleep. They moved through the corridors in silence until the light brightened around Alexus. The construct had recognized him.